Here we are to talk about some ways to make you money. As you guys know, we bought this house with Dogecoin a week or so ago today. We're making the preparations and all the plans to remodel this house. And kind of one of the rules of thumb when you buy a house, and this can be for retail investment, you're not skilled at investing, you're just kind of like a retail buyer, and it works for wholesale too. But when you put money into place, you want to at least double your investment. Sometimes you want to triple or even quadruple your investment. And one of the things that I care about is getting a good return on my money. So with this house that we're refinishing, I'm expecting to put about $25,000 in it. And gosh darn it, if that $25,000 in rehab money doesn't bring me another $50,000, a 2-time return, I'm gonna be really disappointed. I'm shooting for a 3 times return. The comps on this house are 145,000. So what's that have to do with you? This video is less about this house and less about what I'm doing. It's more about you. So if you guys remember, we did a video series last November about me working with a company to get several roofs replaced at almost no cost to me. The company's called Remote Roofing, and they use a AI-powered system to determine whether you have a valid insurance claim due to things like a ice storm or hail or any sort of like a natural disaster. Normally in most states, your insurance company has to pay for those repairs, and it's typically based on your deductible. And with those properties, I can sit down right now and look at my return on the investment, paying my deductible on those roofs, and I got, I think, a 5 to 6 times return. Since November, one of those properties has gone up about $45,000 in value. The second one's gone up $35,000 in value. And our roof fix, our roof work on that made a substantial benefit to that. And it's pretty simple. Why? When someone goes in and they buy a house, they want things to be fixed. If you're spending $10,000 on a roof out of pocket, you don't want to do that. But when it comes time to go get a loan, FHA only requires a 3.5% down payment right now. That new roof is going to cost you an extra, let's say you allocate $20,000 of the purchase price towards it, the new roof, it's what, $700? So making those kinds of repairs, those kinds of improvements on a property is phenomenal when it comes to selling a house. That works for investors like me, but it also works for homeowners that own their own real estate. So do me a favor, and that's what this whole video is about. Give Remote Roofing a try. Go in the description of this video, click on the link to their website, do the free form, and my buddy Nathan at Remote Roofing is going to give your property a treatment through their AI software, and they're going to see if they can get you a new roof for next to nothing. It's based on your insurance deductible. I paid, I think, 1% towards the roof deductible, so I did super well on those roof repairs. We have had a 66% approval rate with our insurance claims. So that means I was able to increase my equity on my properties substantially, and we've got them done. This place that I'm in right now will need a new roof. Insurance is going to cover it most likely. So I'm going to pay about $6,000, $7,000 out of pocket to do this simple, inexpensive roof. On my 3-story brick, or my 3-story block home, I think I paid $2,500 to completely re-roof it. It would have cost me about $14,000 to do it out of pocket. But because their software is able to determine that I had a valid insurance claim, they got it done and it worked out wonders. So do me a favor, go to the description, try it out. You're out no money whatsoever for the consultation and for them to run your house through the software. If you're a landlord, you can also do this. I'm a landlord. We did it on our end. And they will also do large commercial warehouses too, because there is a way to get a low-cost roof. Some situations, you may even get a free roof in a commercial property. I've talked to them. They had a $500,000 flat roof. Oh gosh, I just about stepped on that. They did a $500,000 roofing job, and the end user paid almost nothing.
So one of the things that I wanted to talk about real quick is, with my channel, so many people look at my laundromat or the car wash or other things that I do, like the magic briefcase with the magic penny in it. And they look at my content and they say, oh, wow, Brandon's making a lot of money off of the laundromat or the car wash, or even, my social media stuff. I've made $250,000 off YouTube so far, and then probably $35,000, $40,000 off my TikTok videos. Anyway, people look at a lot of my content and they say, oh, Brandon's making all the money in this. But if we would be honest about it, my real estate business is the one that makes all the money. Sure, coronavirus has really taken its toll on my cash flow, but we've been cash flow neutral in my company for about 1.5 years. As time goes on, my equity continues to build so much that through me getting these new roofs, doing minor repairs, and just the way that compounding interest works with real estate, I expect to have a $500,000 sales price for just a few of my properties. We're selecting 6 properties that I have a bit of equity in, and I'm just putting them on the market and selling them. It's going to reduce my cash flow within my company right about 7 or 8%, but the profit we'll be taking is over that $500,000 figure. And the thing that I've discovered is you have to make very wise choices, and you have to be very strategic about your choices inside your investments, whether you get a car wash, whether you get a laundromat, whether you get vending machines. Those are all conscientious choices that you have to make, and then you have to judge how much money are you going to make per hour.
It's a good bit of money. Look at that, guys. Would you look at that? Look at that. Look at that, guys. That's some quarters.
This house that we're flying around in, I'm using my DJI FPV drone. We flew it in through the door. It's really, I just absolutely love putting on goggles and flying it inside a house I own. It's just so cool. I have to be strategic about where I spend my time. I could be flying the drone. I could be collecting quarters from the laundromat. I can make videos and put them on YouTube, and I can make some money off them. The vast majority of people, not only will you never do that, realistically, there's only so many YouTube channels that can be created for doing quarters and laundromat car wash stuff. But every community, I promise you, in the United States needs 10 times the real estate investors that they need, people that are willing to spend the time and effort in fixing dumpy houses, spending the time and the effort and the money to fix up dumpy apartment complexes and make good, affordable housing units for people. So when you can leverage a tool like remote roofing through artificial intelligence, they can determine whether you're due some money from your insurance company, not to try to rip them off or cause problems, but to get realistically what you deserve, and it can be combined with very little, if any, money. I think it's a huge deal. So I would really encourage you to take what I've said in this video to heart.
So do me a favor, check out Remote Roofing and follow along with me on the channel as we detail this rehab project, and we're going to do the roof. And I'll tell you guys how much the roof costs, and it will be a lot more because I can't use remoteroofing.com. Thank you guys for watching.